Whalawhlahi atu hanei e tau walatala tutupu galata mai leo taongu niue ki hau nei. Koe tau hata ki anga ko maua mai he whainga hoa leo ke lata mai tau tangata whakaholo ke mai longa e tau mata whakatu whono ka whakaholo ke he tau puhala tū. Koe mahina nei ha mati fōki ne ko whamna te lau tūru ke lata mai whakawhauanga he tau tuhi lai sini whakaholo. Koe tau whakatakaanga ke lata mo tau lai sini 5 tau kua hoku tuai ke tōru, mo tau hingof hiku kamata ki mtatohi pi ke he ti, koe whakatakaanga whau nei ne kamata he tau ua whe hongofu mataha, koe fufuta whakahiku ka tutongi ai e tau lai sini 5 tau ka tau se ke he tau kahau. Ne pehea mai e takitaki leo pesini kua hiki ai e whihe lewa he tau tohi whakaholo, nā kai hiki e tau mata whakatuwhono, kai ke ko moa kua langa tōru e ngahana he tangata nā kai muitua ki tau mata whakatuwhono, tau mai ke alo tō ke utakehe e tau lai sini. Koe tau tōtongi anga ke lata me tau lai sini whakaholo mai tau whakalanga registration mai tau pele wafi, kua whakatoka ke whakause ki mta hiki mahina nei, mai kua lata fuaki he tala hau me lau tōku mai long whakalahi tau tangata, kua whai mga aho he whakailoa e whainga hua, ke whakausi mai ai ki aho tulu matahi a masi. Ka koe taha mena whoki ni kua tupitope whainga hua ki ai he mga nei, ha kua ki sia e toko long halo tūre tau tangata, ni kua whakaholo, kai no nofi tau whanau ki he punga sianga po ke toka ki tutu ki lunga he tau no whoa. Tala hau he takitaki leo, kua Tony Edwards, kua nākai mitaki, e mana nei, ni ke tupu e tau le kua, mo pāki e tau whanau, pēsi ni kua nākai whai mata whakatu whono e mga nei ke lata me tau whanau, ke nono whahifo me whakaonga i tau pipi no whoa, ka koe taha mena nei ni kua ngahua lo tūru ki ai. Whakatu mau e whaingoa ke ole mo ha taki ke he tau tangata, ke whakaonga i tau lot matala mo i pui tau mumui ke tau sei e tau mena ni kua hako. Koe tau whewa kirikiki he launi ke uaki ne whakahokua i hea whaiumu kua mole atu. Toko hongo furum da kau mai he tau maanga ke he kehe ne whepai e tau malolo. Pēsi ni kua malolo mo e whakamakamaka i tau mtakau, ke mo he kautu kua holo mitaki tau whewa kirikiki, he aho me nā kai whele kua ne loa mai. Sika hane e tau maanga ne pelea i hea whaiumu kua mole atu, ne pelea i ala kepa mo alofi ki tamarautonga kautua alofi. Pelea makefu mo liku ki tuapa mua i e mtakau haliku. Pelea mtakau ha mutalau mo vaya ki liku mua a mutalau. Pelea tamgotonga mo tuapa ki vaya kautua i a tuapa. Pelea i a avasele mo hiku toi ki hakupu kautua i a avasele. Nā kai whai pelea maanga ko hakupu e whahitap nei ha kua bai a lautolu. Kua mnaki ke whakahoku e whono he mtakau kirikiki ia whia aho nei. Ke whakatoa toi tau ola, koe mene ia tau whailoa te tau ola kirikiki, he launi ke waki, he tau ahu I mua. Whalawhlahi atu, you were listening into Radio Sunshine's News Bulletin for today. Niuean police have issued reminders for road users to renew licenses and registrations before the end of the month. The implementation of the 5 years driver's license in 2011 has progressed well, now reaching those with surnames from P to T, paying the $60 fee for a 5-year license. Chief of Police Tony Edwards says this is a cost-effective means of payment that will also be easier to monitor. Although licenses will be issued for an extended amount of time, penalties for traffic violations will remain the same, where police may revoke licenses after 3 strikes. However, another issue of concern is the continuing practice of drivers or parents and caregivers who continue to drive whilst holding babies or toddlers on their lap or allowing them to stand on chairs unstrapped. Chief of Police Tony Edwards says not only is this dangerous, but it is also irresponsible. Although there are no laws at present that require children to be in car seats, the department is working on it and asking drivers of vehicles to be more responsible to prevent any accidents. All payments for licenses and registrations need to be made by the 31st of March to the Niuean Police Department. Round 2 of the Niuean Island cricket competition took place last Saturday, the 8th of March. The cricket fever is very high amongst village supporters, but the real action is at the cricket pitch between players. Despite the very strong rivalry between the teams, the second round of competition was completed without any issues. With Hakupu taking a bye this week, 10 other village teams fought it out in the field of play, with Alofi winning their game against La Kepa. Liku won their game against Makefu, Mutala won against Vaya, Tuapa won against Tamkotonga, and Avasele won against the combined team of Hikutui. At the time this news item was written, the scores were not available, but it was assured that scores will be available tomorrow, as all cricket scores will be handed in at tonight's meeting. Looking at news stories from the region, sacked Papua New Guinea Treasurer Minister Don Pollier has made it clear that Triumph Heritage Party will continue to maintain the coalition government solidarity. Pollier, flanked by Deputy Prime Minister Leon Dion, went to the Prime Minister's office in Parliament to present THE Party Parliamentary Wing's resolution after their caucus meeting on Monday night. The meeting followed the Prime Minister's sacking of Pollier and his Southern Region Deputy Leader Mark Maipakai. Pollier called a media conference with party members including Dion, Maipakai, Mende MP Dekevanu, Lagai Pogera MP Nixon Mangape, and Shuave MP Wera Mori, to state that it was the prerogative of the Prime Minister to commission and decommission ministers, which his party respects. It is understood Pollier was decommissioned after he refused to sign a 1.225 billion Australian dollar loan, which the O'Neill government is trying to take from the UBS Investment Bank to fund 10.1% stake in Oil Search Limited. Papua New Guinea opposition leader Bowden Nama says the sacking of party leaders of major coalition partners in government may be a breach of the Aloto Accord on solidarity, but adds it is the prerogative of the Prime Minister. Nama says the reason may be beyond what the ministers labelled as maintaining stability in government, and that the timing too seems wrong. This must be cause for concern, and he said that he believes it is something along the line and is not for instability within the government. Meanwhile, the Deputy President of the Triumph Heritage Party Highlands branch, John Moxey, described the sacking of the party's parliamentary leader and treasurer Don Pollier as foolish. Moxey called the Post Courier from Mount Hagen, saying it was a slap in the face for their leader, who was instrumental in elevating Peter O'Neill to succeed Sir Michael Somare as Prime Minister. Flood alerts in Fiji, previously enforced for all low-lying areas downstream of Waimanu Station, including small streams adjacent to and downstream of Waimanu River, has been cancelled. In their latest update, the Weather Office says river levels are below the alert level of 4 meters as Tropical Cyclone Lucy swings closer to Fiji, located about 870 kilometers west of Nadi, increasing its speed as it moves southeast at 15 kilometers per hour. Associated trough of low pressure with cloud and rain will continue to affect the group, and the cyclone is intensifying and expected to reach Category 3 in the next 24 hours. Australian Foreign Minister Julie Bishop has claimed asylum seekers on Papua New Guinea enjoy better conditions than the general living standards on Manus Island, but Bishop told BBC Radio 4 that while the asylum seekers were well cared for, the Australian-run processing centre was not a holiday camp. During the BBC interview, Australia was accused of running a quasi-Guantanamo Bay operation with inhumane treatment of asylum seekers. When asked about the death of 23-year-old Iranian asylum seeker Reza Barati at the centre, Bishop said, "This is what happens when unruly behaviour and violence occurs." When it was put to Bishop that you are effectively operating in Guantanamo Bay, aren't you? She replied, "No, I don't accept that at all." Bishop was unapologetic about Australia's asylum policy, saying that it had worked before. By stopping the boat journeys, the country was preventing many drownings at sea, she said. The government knew of 1,200 deaths among people trying to reach Australia by boat. Recruiting special constables for a 3-month period is an option considered by the Fiji police force as part of their preparatory works for the 2014 election. He also clarified that another recruitment drive will be undertaken, but it will be for the purpose of filling in the current vacancies within the organization. Niuean says while they await the electoral decree, the force the force is continuing work on its action plan for the elections. And the Niuean government is considering salary increases for certain positions in an effort to retain people in specialist fields. The Executive Director for the Transformation of the Public Service, Justin Kamupala, says it's exploring the idea of developing a pay scale to address the issue. He says there is a tendency for people in IT, medicine and other technical fields to move into managerial positions within the government that pay better. Justin Kamupala says it would be up to the government to determine where the money would come from to support any increases. He says the 4-day working week introduced in late January as an alternative to pay increases for government workers is generally working well. And those are our news stories from the region, as well as our new Radio Sunshine News Bulletin for today.